Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to carry on with the Order of the Vampire Hunters. And in this we have three minis. Two of them are the same ones, and then we have this fella in the middle. This is an Upyr. I've done the others, and these are the two minis of the flock of bats. I want to do these. So let's put that to one side and do the Upyr first. All I've done so far with this is over the top of the grey primer I've given a wash of Drakenhof Nightshade. Yes indeed. I've done that first. Already been done. Don't need to show you that stage because it's just a wash. Just cover it. Then what we're going to do, if you can hear any funny noise in the background, Ali's got hiccups. Anyway, then what we're going to do is give it a dry brush. The dry brush is going to be with Sotek Green. We're doing these in a really weird colour scheme, just for a bit of novelty more than anything else. Let's get my brush, everything on my table, and we'll get the Sotek Green onto the brush. Where's my paper towel? Here it is. There we are. And we'll just... The reason we're doing these like a two-in-one video is because there's not much work to do on these, so I might as well get it done. So there we are. We'll go all over with the Sotek Green. Basically cover all the high points of the mini with this colour. And there we go. I've just realised as well that I've left my water pot on the other table as well, so I can't really bend down, what am I on about? I can't really just reach over and clean out my brush, so I'm not going to. Anyway, that's the Upyr first coat. I'm now going to give this a good wiping over to get all as much of the Sotek Green off the brush as I can get. And now we're going to go over all the highlights areas of this mini with Screaming Skull. I told you it was a strange combination of colours. It works though, it really does work. Quite like this. As I say, I've done all the other ones that we had. I can't remember just off the top of my head exactly how many there were, but we don't really want a great deal of this colour. There we go. And that is basically it for the Upyr. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing Upyr. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing the name of this mini correctly. Upyr. I'm sure it's. I'm hoping it's pronounced Upyr. I want to add just a little bit more of this. And just run it down the face and the top of the head once more, just to brighten it up a little bit. And as you can see, it gives a strange colour scheme, but it works. I like it. There we go. So that's that one done. All I have to do now is, as I say, so as I've said in the other videos, all I've had to do, if I can reach my pot of water, so I will do so. I'm just knocking everything else over in the process. Oops. There we go. I've killed one swarm of bats. Oh dear Lord. Okay, so that is the Upyr done. And that's exactly the same as I've done with all the other Upyr models. The only difference is with the other ones I've painted the base in Rhinox hide. Exactly the same as I did with the thralls in the first video. So that's that for them. Next job is the bats, the swarm of bats. It's just going to be another dry brush technique for this. This time we just want to pick out the highlights of it more than anything else. So first one we're going to do is Eshin Grey. Just make it a little bit paler. You're not going to see this all that much, but hopefully you'll see it enough. And we're just going to go over everything here with the Eshin Grey. Now there are other things on the base that will be done as well. I've not forgot about those, and I will cover those in a few moments. But first off, we're concentrating on the bats. And we'll just go over everywhere on the mini. Dry brushing. We don't want to cover every bit of black on this. And basically all I've done with the black is I've had what you call it, oh god, what's it called? After I've primed it, I've basically given it a coat of black spray paint as well all over. It's not a primer, it's just a paint. And that's basically all I've done. Okay, so that's the Eshin Grey sorted out. Next job will be the finer or the higher whatchamacallit, what's what I'm looking for? Highlights. And for that we're going to use Administratum Grey. There we go. And that's basically it really. We don't want a great deal of this on the mini. All we're trying to do is pick out the details. It's not going to act as a proper highlight either. Because the idea for this, as I say, is just to pick out the details. It's not to show where the light's hitting. There we go. So that's the first one. Let's have a look at this side first because the light will be hitting this side more than the front. And now we'll use this side now that the majority of the paint has come off the brush. There we are. So that is that done. Next job, as I say, is the skulls that are on the bottom of the miniature. For that we're going to start off with Baneblade Brown. Oops, I nearly dropped it, that would never do. And we'll just get the brush in here and go over all the skulls and yeah, make sure you go into all the crevices as well. You can, if you want, do this white and then just wash it with Upyr Earthshade. I don't want to do that with this mini. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Well, not different, but a little bit different with these minis than I've done with the other minis in this range. Just for the sake of breaking not so much tradition, but breaking the standard painting that I've done for these so far. What I'm going to do is just quite literally paint the skulls. So we'll get the Baneblade Brown. Oh, my mouth's not working. On all of the parts of the skulls, making sure that you cover most of them, and then when that's done, hopefully this side is dried. Not totally, but it will dry. It's dried enough for what I want. We're now going to go back with the Screaming Skull. And we'll just touch here and there. And almost do it like a dry brush, making sure that you don't cover every little piece of the skulls and you have a very small amount of paint on your brush, but you do need it as though, or you do need it on a finer brush than a, what you call it, brush. You want a finer brush than a dry brush because you don't want to get paint all over the bats that you've just finished painting. There we are. That's all we're doing for that. If you wanted to, next you could come along and paint over the skulls with Upyr Earthshade, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave that to dry now, and there we are. So there, the bats done. And the Upyr. So there's other Upyrs already done and boxed up. This one is going to be whatchamacallit, going to have the base painted and then put with the others, and they're going to have the base painted exactly the same way with Rhinox hide. So that's all we have time for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.